Hey guys, I'm Chad Ward with Whiskey Bent Barbecue, and I'm here with Uncle John's Pride Sausage. And today I'm going to walk you through a Brussels sprouts and Uncle John's sausage recipe that I think you're really going to love. First off, we're going to start with just the Brussels sprouts. For any of you that ever cook Brussels sprouts, we're going to cut the bottom here, and we're going to cut them in half. The reason we're going to cut them in half is it's going to give us more surface area to get some char, and they're also going to cook quicker. So we're going to get these cut up, and then we are going to take some olive oil and some of the Whiskey Bent Rocks beef rub, and we're gonna get these things well oiled and onto this baking sheet. One other tip, when I'm cutting these, you'll notice you get the little pieces like this that fall off. I love putting those into the mixture because they're nice and they're crisp and they're just a little tasty, almost like some Brussels sprout chips. So we'll go ahead and keep those involved. We can get rid of the ends. Come back here and get our olive oil. Just want to get you don't want it to be too oily, just a nice coating of olive oil. And then we'll come in with the rocks. This is a garlicky, salty pepper. Goes really, really well on Brussels sprouts. We'll get that sprinkled up about 3 tablespoons. And then gloves, or however you want to do it, get in and mix it up. You want everything to get a nice little coating. We're going to take these and transfer them over to a baking sheet, nice and even. You notice we got a good coat on those. And that's 1.5 pounds of Brussels sprouts, and that's perfect for your standard baking sheet. You'll notice everything's nice and level. You can do this in your oven, or if you'd like to add some smoky goodness to it, we're gonna actually do it on a Traeger grill today at 375 degrees. So we're gonna take these. After looking at them, I think I'm just gonna do one more little pass over of rub, and we're gonna go put these on for 375 for about 20 minutes. And then while we're doing that, we're gonna come back and cut up some of that delicious Uncle John's Pride sausage. It's gonna go on top of these to finish it off. All right, so we've got our Brussels sprouts on, 375. We've got about 20 minutes to kill. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take and we're gonna chop up our hot Uncle John Pride sausage. We're gonna chop it up pretty fine so that we can put it on top of those Brussels for the last 10 minutes. So you'll notice we're doing 1.5 pounds. I try to just make it real easy by taking 3 half-pound pieces. We're gonna chop these. Nice heavy knife is always good when chopping like this. Kind of goes through real nice and easy. Let the knife do the work. We're going to take and dice these one more time so that it's nice and even across the Brussels sprouts. I find with vegetables, if you put enough Uncle John's Pride on it, everybody will eat them. And then sometimes you get those casings that don't go all the way through. That's not a problem. And then we're just going to take this, of course, chop it a little bit more. And then we're going to take this, we're going to transfer it over to our butcher paper. And then when the Brussels sprouts are ready, we're going to take this and put it right on top. These Brussels sprouts have been on for 20 minutes at 375. Now we're gonna take our chopped Uncle John's Pride hot sausage, come over the top here. Always remember, you want your meat to vegetable ratio to be about 1 to 1. At least I do. And remember, this is also gonna cook down. Sausage is fatty, even though we're using some lean cuts here. It's still gonna cook down a little bit. The other thing that's gonna be nice is it's gonna give you some pork drippings for these Brussels to soak in. So it's gonna be delicious. We will get the rest of this on here. We're gonna put this back on at 375 for around 10 minutes. I'll cook it a little bit longer. Really what I'm looking for is for this sausage to warm through, because this is already a smoked, fully cooked sausage. And I want some browning so we can get a little bit of that texture too to go with it. We're gonna go back on 10 minutes and we're gonna have a finished, beautiful side dish. All right, so we went an extra 10 minutes at 375. You notice we got that nice browning of the Uncle John's Pride sausage. You can look here, our texture's done on the Brussels sprout. And now I'm gonna go, while it's nice and hot, take some shredded Parmesan cheese. Adds a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of extra flavor to it. And if you get it on here while it's hot, it's just gonna kind of melt in a little bit more. When you think you got enough cheese, do a little bit more. Nobody's gonna yell at you. It'll melt right in, and you've got a great holiday side, or year-round, an awesome entree. You got your proteins, you got your vegetables, a little bit of cheese, it'll go a long way. This will feed a family of 4, simple as an entree, and then 10 to 12 as a side dish.